We're now joined by Water and Sanitation Minister Senzo Mchunu to talk about the situation after the damage to infrastructure caused by the floods. Minister, very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for your time. The eThekwini Deputy Mayor, Mr. Mavundla, they're speaking to some of the measures that have been put in place to ensure that the mass care centres are done away with and that residents who were affected by the deadly floods can finally settle in some form or the other. Are you confident that this plan is the way to go?
Well, eThekwini is a big municipality and it is a metro, and they are supposed to be able to have capacity to do all the work post the flooding. All we are there to do as water and sanitation from national and also other departments from national is to follow on their plans, is to discuss with them, is to identify roles clearly where we can play our role and where we need to intervene in a cooperative manner in terms of the spirit. And this is what has been the way that we've been going. On water and sanitation, we even had a war room right from just after the floods, and so far we've been doing quite well. And recently we've been dealing with automatic matters which were outstanding and are still some aspects of it, like in an area like Hambanati, people still have to be supplied via tankers, but we're happy that working with eThekwini municipality, we're due for the 26th of next month, where we'll have completed the water treatment plant so that life becomes normal, not for some areas, which we've done now via the tie-in, but for all the areas, including Hambanati. And therefore, we have no reason to believe that eThekwini won't be able to carry out their plans as outlined by Deputy Mayor Mavundla.
So, Minister, what sort of time frame are you speaking to here when you say that making mention of the residents of Hambanati? Of course, we know that they were up in arms around August, saying that a child has drowned, people have contracted waterborne diseases, and there have been some injuries as a result of a lack of no water. Are you saying that all areas will be restored with water and perhaps speaking to a time frame?
Yes, following that march and expression of dissatisfaction by the communities around Tongat, the following day I drove from Gauteng straight to Tongat it was a Friday, at the invitation of Mayor Kaunda, and we met that evening. And after a short discussion, we proceeded to the hall to address the community there. What did we say? We undertook to deal with or intervene by agreeing finally that the way forward to resolve water-related problems to many areas around Tongat was to do what is called a tie-in, where you get to an existing pipe, and then from there you connect water via a new pipe, and then you direct it where there's desperation. And this was an appeal to the majority of the areas around Tongat. We then undertook to do it, and that by the 15th of September, we will have connected water accordingly, and we will be delivering. So on the 15th, exactly on the 15th, the tie-in had been completed. We went to the community, and we reported that all the meetings that we said would take place and all the work that we said would happen we went to report to them that all of it has happened. In other words, we had delivered. The community had been very angry, and they had been accusing government that we promised and we never delivered. But this time around on the 15th, with the same community, we said we have delivered, and it was true. The only thing we said was to caution that for a week or so, we were pleading with them that for drinking purposes only, they will have to boil water until the municipality give clearance. But these are new pipes, and we don't want the risk to be transferred to the bodies of citizens of the country, when we can just caution them to avoid drinking water directly from right now from the water that is now being delivered. But unfortunately, the way the design of the pipes are around Utongati, Hambanati is excluded, and we therefore have to ask for patience on their side for a while we improve the supply via tankers and communication, which all of us agreed it has improved, is to be patient a little bit until the 26th of next month. By then, we will have completed the refurbishment of the water works or the treatment plant there. After the one that was supplying them with water had been washed away by the storms. A new one is being built, or the refurbished one is being completed, will be completed on the 26th of October. We will go back there and say to them, this has been completed. You are now going to get water 24/7, and water will flow as normal as it had been before the storms.
Minister, how confident are you that as you put out the word of caution, urging residents to not drink the water yet, but to ensure that they boil it, how sure are you that this is a matter of new pipes and not a water treatment issue, which may exacerbate the situation that residents in Hambanati were speaking to, saying that they fear for waterborne diseases?
No, those who are going to get water from the tie-in, in other words, from the just connected pipe, they are being warned, and the warning caters for the fact that the pipes are new, but there may be a leak because this is a newly connected pipe, and we are just testing water at the same time, testing the connectivity to check whether the connection is tight enough and there's no problem. So they just need to boil water for drinking purposes. Otherwise, for other purposes, we're fine. Now, on the side of Hambanati, that doesn't affect them yet. All we're saying the supply via tankers will be improved and communication is improved, because that is where the problem was. We would say a tanker is coming and they would wait for tankers for hours and there's no communication. So we're with councillors there and we said everything. If there is a tanker that supplies the water and we're not sure or clear about the source of water, we will also warn the community on such. But for now, it's just improving the existing supply and making sure that there is always communication. If there is a problem, the community is pre-warned about that. But we are undertaking that it's not going to be for a long time from now onwards, because on the 26th of October, everything will become normal with the new plant or with the refurbished plant now supplying water in a normal way in Hambanati.
So are you talking about the 31 million rand water plant construction project which started in mid-July, saying that as far as you see the progress come October, that matter will also be concluded?
It's currently we're at 75% with the refurbishment of the plant, and we're confident that the remaining 25% by the 26th of October will have been completed. and then it will deliver water to people of Hambanati as well. And everybody else who at the same time, you see, the people who are getting water from the tie-in, it's just an addition of 2 megaliters. So they are not getting water throughout the day. So once we finish the refurbished plant, it will then supply everybody, those who are getting water from the tie-in and those who are not getting water from the tie-in and are getting water from tankering in Hambanati. So it will cover everybody from the 26th of October onwards.
Okay, Minister, just going back a little bit on the testing phase that we were speaking to earlier, you say that for a certain period, exactly how much of the period are you speaking to that residents need to be cautious when they consume the water as you try and test it? It
means that because the tie-in is now delivering water to the people who are connected to that scheme, they will have to boil water until we are able to say we've completed the plant. It is now supplied, because the completion of the plant will mean that we will no longer use water from the tie-in. Water will be supplied by the plant. So they just need to boil water until the 26th of October. And then after that, they will receive properly treated water and guaranteed in terms of health. Okay.
And as we perhaps just conclude our conversation, perhaps give us a sense of how many of the areas are going to be receiving this, because you still say that Hambanati residents will still have to deal with the tankers and the tanks that some of them were even burnt in August as they vented out their frustrations about the lack of delivery and lack of monitoring of those JoJo tanks.
Well, eThekwini are the ones who can give you the list of people who are going to be getting water from the tie-in. But all we know is that all the other areas that have been affected will be able to get water via the tie-in, except Hambanati, who are affected by the old design of pipes, that they don't have connection with the current supply, and therefore, and including, they are not connected to the tie-in that we are doing, and therefore they are the only ones that are not getting water. All other areas are getting water, even though it's just a 2 megaliter per day, and therefore the supply will either be in the morning or will be in the evening, and then they will be able to keep water inside their houses for use when they are not getting the supply. But otherwise, it's Hambanati, they are assured. 26th of October, they will get treated water properly throughout the day, as it should be.
Very well. Thank you so much for your time, Minister of Water and Sanitation, Senzo Mchunu. They're making some promises to the people of Hambanati, saying that come October, the water situation will be resolved. Some of the updates there coming out of the Otongati area, and some concerns that were raised, especially throughout the course of last month, and of course the recovery since the deadly April floods.